My name is Brittany Harmon. I am the owner of Metanoia Cryo and Massage located in Hurricane, West Virginia. We do couples massage, single therapeutic sessions. We have red light therapy with vibration plate. We have the sensory reset, dry float, and of course the casein.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that you had the dry float. That's super cool. I had no idea. Um, how did you go about getting involved with Star Group? Like, what was the process there? How had you heard of us?
Okay. So I got my casein in April 21, reached out to Jay
Hmm.
for opportunities in Next Wellness in 22. And then we were doing a kind of recap, how are things going, meeting in September of 23. And at the end of that call, he connected me with Hale.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
So through that pipeline, that's awesome.
yeah,
Okay. Tell me what was going on in your business at that point, where you were at, kind of what really caused you to kind of start looking at internet marketing, digital marketing, just even had you been doing any internet marketing prior?
no. So I am incredibly blessed. I'm very, very lucky to even still be open. I started looking into Stargoop after my third surgery, and I was on the cusp of literally losing my business and having to completely shut down. I kind of watched how things were going with other people that were using your services before I kind of went all in. I've only ever used Facebook and word of mouth. I'm one of two cases in the state of West Virginia, so it's very foreign in my area. Nobody really wants to listen. So that's always been a struggle, but this has helped tremendously.
That's good. I remember actually being on that very first call when I met you. You were kind of telling me about all of the bumps in the road that you had been going through, and I think I asked something to the tune of like, are you sure this is what you should be doing?" And you're kind of looking at me like,
Yeah,
is this guy really asking me this? Like, is he trying to make me not want to be a client? No, you did.
yeah.
So you
After
were
that call, I'm like, he's not wrong.
well, and I think that speaks volumes as to what you've been able to do. So kind of talk about what your business was like before with Star Group. Obviously, you had the health issues, so that probably kind of impeded or hurt your business a little bit, didn't it?
It did. So I had an emergency surgery in August. Matthew, who works with me here, we were in Nashville at the end of October for a half marathon, and he went into cardiac arrest and stopped breathing in my lap. He doesn't have family here, so I helped take care of him. So we were just working enough to cover bills until the end of December. When I paid my rent at the beginning of January, I had $75 left in the business account. And I really had to make some decisions. I sat down, pro con list, really decided what I was going to do. Also decided to get my head out of my butt and get out of my own way.
Yeah,
And then I just kind of reached out to Hale again, pushed, actually lowered my cryo packages to 50% off to be able to get the money to even start working with your company and keep everything afloat. So there's been a lot of hustling going on this year.
yeah, no, and that's great. I mean, that was a lot going on. I didn't know about your partner there, and kind of I mean, his heart stopped beating literally while you were like in your arms. That's wild.
Yeah.
How you said so basically you were getting, clients through kind of word of mouth or just general posting on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And with all the health, like the health stuff, what essentially, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of business were you doing in terms of revenue before Star Groups with all of that going on?
Um, Staying afloat, just keeping the doors
Yeah,
open, really. Um, I'm
that's
coming
really
up
good.
on 3 years of being open, and I, until just recently, have not taken a paycheck.
Yeah. Oh man. So
Yeah.
well, and that's okay. I too am a business owner and have had some beans and rice seasons. That just goes to it. There's nothing to be, there's no shame in that. But like you said, you're a hustler. Uh, for those that might see this, when I got on the first call with her, I basically said, look, this is going to be a lot of dadgum work. I don't want to put you in a position of financial hardship. That's just not our style. We're not anybody's, we're really not a savior. We're a partner. And she's like, I'm gonna work harder than you've ever seen. And I'll be darned if she hasn't. And let's kind of talk about that a little bit. What did our team kind of implement and put in place for you that allowed you to really turn that corner and come out well, like your pants were on fire?
It honestly just gave me the freedom of not having to stress about where to put ads, where I'm not tech savvy, and that's an understatement. It's incredibly painful to even watch me try. But just overall knowing where to place those ads, the time frame of which to do so. I have a really bad habit of a lead comes in, I want to call them immediately. And so far that works. And that's been a huge help with getting people in as quickly as I have. But just having the support that your team offers when something happens, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. They're always incredibly quick to respond. So if I ever, even my not so great ideas, I know that I can text Tail at any time and she'll be like, yes, or maybe not. So that's been really helpful.
Yeah.
I have had people, friends in my area, take screenshots of the ads and they're like, is this you? What are you doing? Tell me. And I've been talking to them the whole time I've been open. So that's been nice.
That's kind of depending on what side of the fence you're on, that can either be kind of a perk or a curse. When we started running our ads for some of our businesses, I was actually in the ad. We would do a video ad and we'd stroll around and people would recognize you from your ad or from your business or something like that. And I mean, it's actually kind of cool because you essentially become a walking billboard for your company. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it can be awkward when people are complete strangers and they're like, hey, I recognize you from Facebook. You're the Facebook person. But it's
Yeah.
good for business. So essentially you went from referral slash word of mouth, kind of a no lead situation or just, minimal to essentially turning on kind of a faucet of leads. But you were able to convert those. Tell me a little bit about your conversion process, how you're able to do that.
Okay. Well, I don't know how in depth you want that. My very first day of
You don't
bringing
have to
leads in
be,
and getting them in the door,
yeah.
was almost a little over a $13,000 day. I am very transparent. I am a functioning train wreck 98% of the time. My clients know that. When I call them at this point, I'm just like, I know this is your question. I am real. This is what we're doing. I've been here for 3 years. Like, when are we getting started? So that's helped. I've had people come in and they're like, this is my goal. And I'm like, I can't help you. There's nothing that I'm going to be able to do. And it's not always the greatest conversations to have because that's the opposite of what you want to do as a business owner. But I have kind of the reputation that I'm very transparent. I'm not going to take your money if I can't help you. I'm going to, give you my best, open, honest opinion. But you
Yeah.
get that from me out of the gate, and that's really helped. So
Well, I think,
my most of my ladies are doing packages.
yep. And I think
My
that's
ladies that
refreshing for
can't
them, right?
afford packages, it is. Yeah. I've had little girls come in and they're like, I hate this area. And I'm like, that's your organs. There's nothing there to freeze. I can't do anything with that.
Well, good.
So
At least you're honest. We can't, I mean, unless you want me to remove a spleen
I
or
mean,
something like that. Yeah, okay, that's good. So
yeah, I
so
mean,
you went from like no leads to
you're gonna have to
really
finish growing into your body. I don't know what to tell you.
that's good. That's good. no leads to a $13,000 day is pretty amazing. It's darn respectable. And as much as I would love to take credit for that, I think it's a testament to your hustle and like just really taking what I had to say seriously on that first call. This is going to be work, you know. I think a lot of people think when they hire an ad agency, you know, it's the magic pill and all of a sudden they're going to be a millionaire in a month. You know, it's not that. This is truly a partnership. And while, like you said, you don't have to worry about the ads, we do the heavy lifting there. Our creative team is phenomenal. I'll give them that. But you are the one, you know, cultivating the relationships and deepening the bonds with these people. Which I think is probably the biggest part. As we all know, any business you're in, even if it is a digital one, which yours is not, we both own brick and mortar businesses. It's all about the building of the relationships. So
Right.
the ad might be the starting point, right? And it might get people to and potentially on the phone with you and in your door, but the rest is up to you. Um, I know you went through some of our training that we had provided. Were you able to take any value from the training?
I did. I get in my own way a lot. I'm a terrible business owner. I want to discount everything and give away everything and just help everyone that walks in my door. And I know that that's not always an option.
Right.
The way that I was kind of reaching out and tracking things and just overall conversations, there was a lot of takeaway from some of the material that you have on there. My notes have notes. So
Good.
anytime that I'm on there, I try to take everything very serious. You, well, your company, your team has absolutely given me back all that I put into it. But I also know that as soon as I stop watching those videos or I stop doing the work, it all goes away. So I
Yeah.
try to circle back to those as often as I can.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I've noticed you've been on some of the coaching calls when the ones that you're not on, are you able to go back and watch those back and have they been beneficial for you as well?
Some of them, not a lot of them though. That is something I plan on doing. I'm on a cruise next week and I have been banned from taking my computer. So I'm just gonna log in and listen to them while my kid plays in the pool. So
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you're going on vacation.
I am.
Oh, that's exciting. So like
Yeah, the first
that's a
one
perfect.
in 3 years that I don't have to work on.
Oh, that makes me so happy. So that's kind of the segue into the
Yeah.
next question is just you know, when we work with people, we don't just want to impact their business because the business is truly a part of them. You are one with your business and your business is part of you. So my next question is how it's impacted you personally, not just professionally. We know you've done monster numbers. You've absolutely been crushing it, but what kind of impact is it having on you personally, you know, in terms of, you know, just your mental well-being or what you're able to do, like go on vacation? Kind of unpack that a little bit with me if you would.
Okay. So before I was handling everything, I did everything in this building. I've been able to hire 4 people. So I am actually getting to enjoy my evening. My daughter's on the dance team, so there's lots of practices and getting to the gym and just hanging out and having actual conversations that aren't just in passing. She's coming out of her room more and actually wanting to hang out. So that's really nice because otherwise we would be in the middle of a conversation and my phone would be blowing up and I would get frustrated, she would get frustrated, and then we would just go to opposite ends of the house. So that's been really nice. She and I are going on a cruise next week for her spring break. It'll be
That's
the
so
first
cool.
time, honestly, since I opened, but really since 2016 that I've been able to take a vacation that I'm not going to have to work while I'm on vacation. So that's huge. I'm really excited and can't. Tomorrow I'm out of here and I'm not talking to anyone until the night.
That's great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you that you can do that. I know what that's like. I'm on jets a lot, but it's always seems to be for work. I'm always going somewhere, flying somewhere for work. I'm about ready for a daggone vacation myself. So that makes me very happy for you. Let me ask you this, and then we can kind of wrap this up so you can get back to your work or yell at somebody else to do the work that you don't have to do anymore. What would you say to somebody that might be considering Star Group services?
100% go for it. I think my first conversation with you, I told you I was on the fence. I had been watching, but it was kind of one of those, I'm not going to know unless I do it. So I went for it. I would 100% recommend anyone to you guys to use your services, but also know that it's not just cookie cutter handed to you. Then it's not going to come pouring in unless you also put in the work.
Oh, I love that. I love that
So
so
be
much.
mindful of that.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you said that, to anybody that's watching this, I think that's big because again, there is a kind of a pandemic or an epidemic, if you will, that people think that they just link up with an advertising agency and that's all she wrote. So, again, I want to tell you how, for whatever it's worth, how proud of you I am and our team is, and just the work that you've put forth because, I don't know many people that deserve it more than you for the hard work you've put in and also the tumultuous past few years in terms of health, this, that, and the other. And I can't think of anybody more deserving of an amazing vacation than you right now. So, Brittany, I want to tell you thank you so much for taking part in this with us. And we look forward to continuing our partnership with you and serving you to the best of our ability for as long as we can.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's been fun
You
so
bet.
far.
We'll talk soon. Bye bye.